So this is the front of my yard. To the right of the driveway, the street's down here. Got my little rock garden going, and my little Buddha frog, thanks to Lynn Flanagan. My spirea, which keeps blooming. A little bunny, but not a real bunny. Mountain Fire Andromeda. My 9-bark azalea blooms in the spring. Weigela. This is called a wine and roses Weigela. And my little euonymus that the deer always eat. And my little doodads. This is an area that Ron's clearing out back here and what we're going to do with it, but it's a work in progress. And these are my beautiful lilies that my lovely neighbor Rebecca gave me. So this is heading to the side yard. I think they call this a lace cap hydrangea. And some lilies that my friend Chris Krasinski gave me that are about ready to pop. And across the garage, little planters here and there with impatience just to give it a little color. I love this little guy, my little sunflower girl with her, what is that? It's a marigold, big fat marigold. So up the walkway we go. This is the area of the yard that I've been working on the last 2 years. This was all across the front here, was all overgrown forsythia that was crowding out anything I could possibly do. So I started ripping that out 2 years ago. So I got my mailbox, more lilies. I left some wildflowers, these little yellow flowers. I don't know what they are, but I love them. So I left them. So I've got this one in front of me here, blooms kind of closer to the fall. I forget what it is. and little outposts. We took all the trees down out here too. We had a bunch of trees. It's my Easter lily that is from last year that I planted and is actually going to bloom. I forget what that is too, but it's very cool. It's another wildflower. I love that fern, so I left it. And things that are going to, my forget-me-nots. Things that will bloom at some point. And just little, this is all that's left of the forsythia, which I'm going to take down. I have to cut it back. The thing grows like crazy. My rhodie that's overgrown, that's on my list of things to cut back. But it gives a nice little bit of privacy. More lilies and wildflowers, and this is my delphinium that refuses to bloom. Black-eyed Susan. I planted this last fall. Another hydrangea. I forget what this is, but I love it. And I've got little things planted in here, bulbs and stuff that come up in the spring. This is a rhodie that I had almost given up on, but I just kept cutting back to the point where it's starting to actually get new growth. So I'm hoping it makes it. And I have these beautiful rocks and hostas that are getting ready to pop. My Rose of Sharon. It's purple, kind of a lavender with a rose center when it does bloom. I think that's called Summer Lace Wisteria. A couple of smaller things. This is a Weigela. It's called My Monet. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of pink. It's beautiful. Deer love that too, so I've been spraying anti-deer stuff. Another azalea. I think this is an azalea someone gave me when my mom passed away 6 years ago, and it's white and it's beautiful when it blooms. And my sister gave me that little loon planter, another euonymus. lilies. This is a pink rose bush and some Stelladora with my crazy wild red rose. And remember, we moved in. There was the only thing that was here really was the stuff across the front of the house, the azaleas, which were beaten up and I've kind of brought back to life. Um, and and then this was just all in the front, big pine trees and overgrown forsythia. So none of this was here. And I have little spots with another little corner with my lilies and lace cap. And a little section of the yard in the front here with my bench and my plant pots and some annuals. We just had a terrible rainstorm and my hanging plant got destroyed, so I have to go and see if I can get it back to life. I'm going around to the side yard. This all needs to be cleared as well because it's just all overgrown invasives. We cleared this out a couple years ago and it just taken over. There's my lilac, which is getting taken over. Goddamn invasives. So this is just a little area I kind of invented in the back too. Slugs are eating my plants over in that planter right over there, annoying me. So I've got dianthus, which comes back every year, and some impatiens in here. And I'm trying to get a little corner going in the yard. I had a rose bush and some lilies and another hydrangea. Norma actually gave me that hydrangea when, I think it was right after my mom passed away. And the deer kept eating it, so I found this stuff I can spray on it that keeps them away. And there's my guy, getting ready to do some chainsaw action. Got a little picnic table, and this is the area we just cleaned out. This was all overgrown. This is a mock orange bush that, I don't know, I've cut it back and I'm going to try to see after taking the invasives off if it kind of reinvigorates. If not, I'm going to have to take it down. I waited too long to take those out. And this is the backyard where we have, this was all overgrown too. We had blueberry bushes that I found. And also, while I was taking stuff out, found a little bird's nest. This is the backyard, nice and private, with our bird feeders and that we watch in the winter time. And then up here, walking towards the deck. So it's a cellar door and a little geranium going here. Then you walk up the steps. You can hear my dryer going. And we've got the deck, our little deck. I've not had luck with impatiens this year. These are usually really full and beautiful and lovely, but this year I've already actually replaced these because they weren't doing well, and these are better but still not great. I don't know what's, I think we just have too much rain this year. So we have a regular tomato plant and a cherry tomato plant and a little table, and this is our little piece of paradise. I bring the